President Trump's personal lawyer, Rudolph W. Giuliani, has become caught up in Sacha Baron Cohen's new Borat satire, shown in an edited scene following an actress impersonating a reporter into a bedroom and at one point reclining on the bed and putting his hands in his pants in what he later said was an attempt to adjust his clothing. Still photos and descriptions of the scene from Mr. Cohen's new Borat subsequent movie film, which will be released on Friday, were posted on social media early Wednesday after The Guardian reported that the movie contained a compromising scene featuring Mr. Giuliani, the former New York City mayor. Late Wednesday, Mr. Giuliani called into WABC Radio in New York to say that he had been tucking in his shirt after removing microphone wires. He chalked the scene's early release up to a scheme to discredit his recent attempts to push corruption accusations against Joseph R. Biden Jr.'s son Hunter Biden. The Borat video is a complete fabrication, Mr. Giuliani, 76, tweeted after he got off the air. At no time before, during, or after the interview was I ever inappropriate. If Sacha Baron Cohen implies otherwise, he is a stone-cold liar. I called the police, he said in a brief text exchange on Wednesday. He and all his crew ran away, leaving their equipment behind. A clip that surfaced on social media, heavily edited to fit the actor's signature mockumentary format, begins with Mr. Giuliani seated on a couch, answering questions. Soon after, the actress, who speaks with a heavy Eastern European accent, asks the former mayor if they can continue their discussion in the bedroom. Mr. Giuliani agrees, and is then shown sitting on a bed, as she appears to take his microphone off and he appears to pat her. The segment then cuts to the image of Mr. Giuliani, reclining on the bed, placing his hands down the front of his pants. I had to take off the electronic equipment, Mr. Giuliani told the hosts of the Curtis and Juliet show. And when the electronic equipment came off, some of it was in the back and my shirt came a little out, although my clothes were entirely on. I leaned back, and I tucked my shirt in, and at that point, they have this picture they take which looks doctored, but in any event, I'm tucking my shirt in. I assure you that's all I was doing. The scene ends with Mr. Cohen, dressed in an outlandish pink costume, bursting into the room and shouting that the woman, played by the actor Maria Bakalova, was 15 years old, she is 24, according to IMDb. Mr. Giuliani said Mr. Cohen was frightened by his call to the police, bolted away and left him talking with the filmmaker's lawyer. The former mayor is not the first Republican politician to be ensnared in one of Mr. Cohen's cringe-inducing pranks. In 2018, Mr. Cohen tricked the former GOP